Hey everybody, it's Zach again at NewTutorial.com. I want to make a video today. I want to make a video right now calling the election for Mitt Romney. That's right, Mittens. I'm declaring the winner right now. We still have, let's see, how many days and counting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days left till election. I'm calling the election right now for Mittens. Yeah, 9 days. 9 days left, I guess. 10 days. 9 or 10 days. I'm calling it. It's over. It is over. Mittens is won the election. I'm just telling you right now. And here's the deal. I arrived at that conclusion about a week ago when I went back and I checked some facts and figures. Now here's the deal. I'm making this call on the election. It's final. Mittens Romney has won the election. I'm telling you right now, he will be the next president of the United States of America. Some of you that may make you happy, that may make you sad. For me, really, I could care less. I'm not voting this election. I just don't feel like I want to vote for either of these two guys. As a United States Army veteran, I think I have earned the right to decide who and who does not earn my vote. So I've decided that neither of these two knuckleheads deserve my vote and have earned my vote. They both come from really the most liberal states in our country. Both have been pro-abortion. Both have been anti-gun. Both, and I've shown these videos before, both have approved and support mandated health care, mandated, which can force you to purchase government-mandated health care. One is just another flavor. One's got an R by his name. One has a D by his name. It doesn't matter. Both these guys are the same. And so I'm calling the election. Let me show you why I'm calling the election. If you go back to the top contributors right now at OpenSecrets.org, the top contributors for Mittens Romney for 2012, the top contributor, let me read some of these names: Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan Chase, Credit Suisse, Wells Fargo, Citigroup, Barclays, HIG Capital, UBS, Blackstone, Ernst & Young, EMC Corp, Bain Capital. Folks, these are all banks. They're all banks. The top five, all banks: Credit Suisse, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Bank of America, and number one, Goldman Sachs, with almost $1 million. And these are just the numbers that haven't been reported up until now. We haven't gotten the last quarter's results, the reporting for the amount of campaign contributions. So that just shows you right there. So let's take a look at Goldman Sachs. How much money has Goldman Sachs donated to Mitt Romney? Around almost $1 million, $994,000. Now this is mostly made up of PACs, but also does include employees, their personal donations. But since personal donations don't amount to very much, you know that most of this came from the PACs, and it even gives a little chart on here. The contributions from PACs, 928,000. So you know right there, most of this is coming from PACs. Okay, so right there you have, now how much has Goldman Sachs given to Barack Obama? $184,000. So you got $1 million over here and $184,000, maybe $200,000 over here. That tells you right there, Goldman Sachs thinks that Mitt Romney is going to win. Who wins these elections? You can always tell by who the banks put their money into. Time and time again. Let's look back at 2008. Barack Obama versus John McCain. Let's just take a look at Goldman Sachs. How much money did Goldman Sachs put into Barack Obama? Well, look, it's $994,000 really. So almost the same amount. Kind of funny. 994. Yeah, almost just a few $100 difference, it looks like, from the two. So $994,000, almost $1 million that Goldman Sachs put into Barack Obama, whereas this year Goldman Sachs has only put in about almost $200,000. Well, how much did Goldman Sachs put in John McCain's campaign? Goldman Sachs put about $200,000. $230,000 was the end result, and that's probably what it'll be for Barack Obama once the numbers are done with the final quarter of the campaign season. And so basically you have the same amount. And it goes down the line exactly for all the different groups: Merrill Lynch, Citigroup, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan Chase. And those are always at the top of the list. The only difference between Barack Obama was in 2008, he had the University of California and Harvard and Microsoft and Google up near the top of his top 5. But the banks were still up there. You still see in the top 10, Citigroup, JP Morgan, and UBS, another bank. And Morgan Stanley is also on there as well with a cool $500,000. Folks, the banks decide who wins. I'm not saying it's because how much money the banks are going to win, how much money the banks donate. The banks decide who wins because the banks are controlling the world. You have the Bilderbergs, you have the Bohemian Grove, all this stuff. All this is the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers are running the world. And I hate to be some kind of conspiracy theorist, but it's just the way it is. The banks are controlled by those entities, and those entities decide who is going to be the next free world leader of the free world. Not that that person's going to have any power, because he's not. He's going to be a puppet. And what happens is the banks continue to do as they're doing to make sure the money keeps flowing. And this Ponzi scheme of a fractional reserve banking system keeps on going and survives another day. Folks, I can't believe it survived past 2008. I really can't. But they have a never-ending supply of Band-Aids and all kinds of propaganda that the media puts out. Folks, we're at 102%. I think I read yesterday, 102% of our GDP. We're not making any money. This government is broke. It's done. It's outspent. And to go out and think you're going to vote for a Mormon who's going to fix it, it's crazy. He's being put up by the banks. He says, "Oh, I'm going to replace Ben Bernanke. I can find out." So what? They'll put another Goldman Sachs stooge in. They'll put somebody else in from the club. It doesn't matter. They're all a bunch of boys from the club. Just we're taking out one and putting in another. It doesn't matter, folks. I'm telling you right now. I'm calling the election. I'm calling the election for Mitt Romney. He wins, and I can tell you why. It's because the banks say so. You can tell who's going to win by who the banks put their money into. It's like a bet, and the good money right now, the banks, says Mittens. And so I'm telling you right now, the new president, come November 6th, Tuesday, is going to be Mitt Romney. Now, here's the deal. I'm going to make a few predictions. What happens next? Now that we know Mitt Romney is being put into power by the banks for this next 4 years, what happens? I think you're going to see a lot of, because people don't know the game. People don't know what's going on. They don't know that there's a man behind the curtain pulling all the levers, and that man is basically two men, the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds. Red Shield is pulling those levers. So people are going to react, and they're going to be upset, especially the liberals on the Obama side, who were so happy that they had their first black president. What I see happening is an out-and-out rebellion, street revolts, protest, riots, things like that. People who are very, very angry, and what you're going to see is a bunch of Homeland Security guys come in and put those riots down with tear gas and fire hoses and everything else that they need to get it down. It's going to be harsh, and you're going to have all these conservatives now who are so anti-Homeland Security because of their encroachment on our freedoms, now cheering on the Homeland Security Department and saying, "Yeah, get those Obama guys," and then furthers the whole us versus them mentality, the red versus blue, the Steelers versus the Giants. It's just a sports team, whether you're left wing or right wing or whatever, it doesn't matter. It just propagates the thing again. I mean, so yeah, come on, get those Obama guys, get those rioters, yeah, go Homeland Security. And now you have a bunch of patriots, supposed patriots, and conservatives, supposed conservatives, cheering on Homeland Security when they should be like, "Oh man, we just got snookered." So I don't know. That's my prediction. You're going to see Homeland Security take on a new. You'll see the conservative, the GOP base, the right wing supporting the terror in America brought upon by our own, departments, agencies, and you'll see them beating down some of the liberal left this time, and then it'll be okay. It goes back and forth, folks. I don't know. It's depressing. I'm not voting this election. I've already told you that there's hard times coming. I've already told you that there's going to be a collapse. It's a mathematical certainty. This country is completely broke, I have no idea why our stock market is at 13,000. It should be like down at 700. It really should be when you look at the statistics, the fundamentals of our market and our economy. It should be down in the doldrums, but it's not because it's been propped up by algorithms and false trading every day on the market. So what I'm telling you to do is when all this stuff gets crazy, when people start rioting, don't get angry, don't get emotional, don't take part in that stuff. Stay as far away from that stuff as possible. Concentrate on what's going to keep you and your family safe. Find a hole and crawl down in it. All right, that's it. Go home, read your Bible. Thanks.